This is the SEGA Power Base Converter, which lets you play Master System and SEGA card games on your SEGA Genesis. The Genesis itself is backwards compatible with the Master System, so the Power Base Converter simply acts as a pass-through pin converter to allow the system to read its cartridges. Most games are immediately playable, with a few exceptions. Alien Syndrome, Penguin Land, Montezuma's Revenge, and Bomber Raid, for example, won't work properly without an original Master System controller. The Master System itself was backwards compatible with its prior generation console, the SG-1000. However, the Genesis isn't compatible with SG-1000 games, so the few Master System games that relied on its components will not run on your Genesis. These games make up a small percentage of the Master System library, so while it may sound concerning initially, in most cases you won't have to worry. This card slot was a sort of carryover from the SG-1000, which could read cost-effective card games using the Card Catcher cartridge. The later Master System had this slot built into the console, with its own dedicated releases, and the ability to plug in a 3D glasses attachment. Said attachment is fully compatible with the Power Base Converter, so the 8 available 3D Master System games can be played just as well on your Genesis. In case you're wondering, multiplayer is just as playable as ever, and the light gun controller will work if you're using a CRT. You may have noticed this pause button, which is either used for pausing, or in some games activating a menu. Unfortunately, the button is not mapped to your Genesis controller, so you will have to get up and press that if a game requires it. It must be said that the Power Base Converter looks clean on a Model 1 Genesis, unlike the 32X. With a Genesis Model 2, you can technically use it, but you'll have to saw off a piece of plastic on the back to allow space for its inputs. Either way, it's not recommended. A second model of the Power Base Converter was created for the Model 2, which was only released in Europe and called the Master System Converter 2. Apparently up to a certain point the Master System was called the Power Base in America? Huh, I've never actually owned one, but yep, sure enough, there it is written on the console. Sadly, the Master System Converter 2 doesn't have a card slot, so you'll be missing out on the few Master System card games and can't use the 3D glasses. Back when, your only choice for playing Master System on Genesis was one of these official adapters. However, many homebrew projects have since released and cost much less to buy. You can also just use a flash cart to load the ROMs directly. Just be sure whatever you buy has that pause button for the most compatibility. Now, you tell me, what's the best SEGA Master System game? I await your answers in the comments.